Okay. Yeah. Give me a minute or two to share this with a few groups so that I can get the stream going. Yeah, starting a little bit on the late one, and yes, the last one was a real disaster. For those on YouTube, no, I am not gonna show it because it was a real disaster. It was a disaster draft wise. It was a disaster gameplay matchup wise. Like I ran up against a bunch of rares. No, I still and also it was just a disaster all throughout. So it wasn't gonna be worth anyone's time. And I do want to say I kind of want to respect people's time by at least if there's something that you could learn from it, I would say then I would then I would post it. It would be worth it that way. But no, that one wasn't quite worth it. So just respect people's time that way. But that said, we're not giving up on Premier Draft of Modern Horizons 3 quite yet because I don't because this is the one set that it's not gonna be easy to get packs. Do I want to spend the 2,800 gems for 8 packs, another draft token, and a bunch of mythic cards? I'll think about it. I still got about 22 days to think about it, but well, let's try it. Let's go into the draft. Let's see how it goes. The other option would have been Throne of Eldraine. That is an old one. Oh, by the way, Mark Anthony Rial, thank you for liking the video. It's nice to see you here. Oh yeah, I should also. Yeah, I was really busy yesterday, but yesterday was a blast. That said, it's not over for Pokemon Unite. Over for Pokemon Unite. There is another tournament series coming up, and okay, we got something really good here. We get to open up with Phlage, Titan of Fire Fury, one of the best red-white cards to open into, and definitely gonna take this. It's a shame that we are passing Fang Flames because red is gonna be a hotly contested color that way. A Johnny Fills the Godsire makes white contested, but I think there's enough blue that there's enough blue Eldrazi that that might take the contest away. Okay, we do get our Fang Flames back. What are our other options? Envoy of the Ancestors. This one is super annoying if we can get the lifelink going. Sundering Eruption. This is not the land we're kind of looking for. Hey, Jericho Ilagan, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, if I want to play it safe, I'm gonna take the Fang Flames. I guess Envoy is also a good choice, but this one can't answer this one, so I'm gonna take this one. Also, red-white is generally energy. It's not necessarily modified. No, there are some modified options. But I already passed one Fang Flames. I do not want to pass a second one, so I'm gonna take this one. Okay, now we're starting to get a few options here. Razor Grass Ambush is pretty good. Monumental Hedge is not good. In fact, we're gonna be passing this one for sure. There is a Dog Umbra that's pretty good as removal, but I'm gonna take the removal that can double as a land here. We're definitely taking this one. Also gonna pop Streamlabs up a bit. And yep, my fears are realized. Red-white is drying up. I could splash black for Cranial Ram. I could consider taking Breeder last. We can start going to red-black that way. I'd rather start with red-black rather than white-black, but I don't want to take... I'm going to take the removal spell over the Cranial Ram first, though Cranial Ram is also a good option. We'll take the removal first. And yeah, it's becoming a bit weird here. Skittering Precursor, whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, which is for black-red. There is a world where this works. Void Pouncer is the other alternate option. It gives us an early aggro 3/1, which we can, if we hit colorless as our third color, air quotes, we can hit as a 5/3. I think I would like this one better, so we're gonna take the Void Pouncer. Okay, getting some. Oh, there's another Breeder last. There is a Victimize to get cards back. As it is, it looks like we might be splashing white. So, do I want another Breeder last, or do I want to go Thriving Skyclaw? Black is not exactly an energy color. So I think I want to take the second breed here last year. Also because Thriving Skyclaw is kind of mediocre. Expel the Unworthy, not so great, but don't exactly have a lot of choices here. This land doesn't quite count. Grim Servant is fine. We need more devotion to black, so we're gonna have to go black heavy for this. If we can get the Cranial Ram back, this would be a good pick. Otherwise, I'm not so sure. Yeah, we're definitely going into black-red at this point. So now they give us a Mustard the Departed. The lands are not lining up here. In fact, it's a double Tranquil Landscape. I think I will take a Thriving Skyclaw. I'm going just to have another creature. We are kind of short on creatures right now. And, ooh, okay, we're definitely taking the Perilous Landscape here. It's a shame we're passing. Well, I don't think if they're going into Eldrazi, they're not going into the blue side. And let's see. Bogart Trawler, not so great, but what are our options? Lethal Takedown is okay. Dream Drinker Vampire, Fetid Gargantua. I might start going really aggro here. Or because we have quite a bit of removals already. I'm going to take the Gargantua. It gives us more cards, but oh, and we're definitely taking the Shattered Landscape here. Okay, then let's see. Do we have? Yeah, we can take another. You can take this. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna play the Meteoric Mace, but we never know. So we're kind of into black-red, but now we need to start fighting for cards. Unfortunately, Kozilek's Command's not gonna be there for us. We could take Guardian of the Forgotten, but we are not in the... Yeah, we're actually in quite a bit of trouble again. I might end up taking Reiterating Bolt as removal. Alternately, Grim Servant number 2. I might just take the Reiterating Bolt. We can start cutting some red this way. Because I'm not realistically going to cast this. Yeah, and it's a shame I have to give that one up. So once again, we are kind of in trouble here. Well, not so sure. I'm not even sure. I need to find ways to make Phlage playable, so that means we definitely want... So the two landscapes kind of help us here. So we want at least 3 planes here, because we're probably going to end up losing one. Lashwing Grace is pretty good as a land option. It's probably better for us than Conduit Goblin, though Amped Raptor is also quite strong for us here. It also gives us promise. We started taking a bunch of cards that are a bit more expensive. We're not exactly generating energy. The safest pick is actually going to be the Glasswing Grace here. There is another Perilous Landscape for us to look for. So we can kind of forget about energy already at this point, but we need to find ways to win, and Necrodominance is not one of them. Pyretic Rebirth. This is removal. So I am going to take this one. Alternately, Reckless Pyro Surfer is actually a very cheap creature we can run as well. Our removal count is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's removal and gets us another card back. Yeah, I think I'll take this one. Flare of Duplication, copy, and you may choose new cards. There's another Perilous Landscape that hits us red-white again. I'm not taking Junk Diver. Yeah, we're not in the white train anymore. This is actually a weird one. We do have some energy. I'm not taking the Axe for energy though. That's really bad. Could we go back into white and just... I'm gonna see if we can get back into white. And it looks like we might be going back into white here. There's another Shattered Landscape, but we're gonna take the Proud Pack Rhino. Stag Prison. Yeah, we're going back into white. Fabricate. Other non-token creatures you control at Fabricate. Oh, this would be really nice. Could we splash for this? Or would I rather have Static Prison? What would I be giving up? 1, 2, 3. I would be giving up the 2 breed your last, which would be great. Maybe we can get back into energy, or we can get back into fabricate. I'm gonna speculate on this. Detective Phoenix is good though, so we are taking this one. Yeah, we're not really in the artifact deck, so we're not exactly getting the payoffs for that. Yeah, we can take a Siege Smash. Eviscerator's Insight to draw us some cards is fine, but if any of those cards are made exile, put them in your graveyard, then create for each put into graveyard this way. Glimpse the Impossible can net us 3 Eldrazi. I'm not so sure if I really want it though, but I kind of want to take it at least. So we're kind of in a 50-50 situation. Do we go? No, the Conduit Goblin's back. Do we go red-white? Because we got to breed your lasts, but like I could splash for Rebirth and Gargantua this way. I'm gonna take another Thriving Skyclaw, though it's not. Yeah, I guess we can go energy, but we need a lot of early drops now. Yeah, like I can take this. This is white. We only need 1 for the black splash. Do I want another Void Pouncer over another Shattered? We'll take the Void Pouncer here. Because we need a lot of cheap creatures. Party Trasher. You may discard a guard. Actually, this draws us quite a bit of cards, so I kind of want to take the Party Trasher. It also blocks really well. It's a shame we're giving up Path of Annihilation this way, but we'll take this. We also have to consider that we can splash for Kate. Oh, there's also an Eldrazi Linebreaker. We can speculate on this. Like, my other choice would be Traben Charm. And yeah, we're heavy red, so I think I want to stick to red here. So, okay. Fel the Profane is probably a better option, but we also got another Inspired Inventor here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Inspired Inventor. We're going to start cutting white a bit here. So I can give up on Pyretic Rebirth and Fetid Gargantua. We can still keep the Glasswing Grace. Oh, but we're giving up on... Okay, now we have a reason to go back into black. But which black card do we put back in if we do? We can't take the Invert Polarity here. Meltdown is... none of these are great, so we'll just take the rare. I could have also taken the Landscape for white-black splash, because right now we actually need something to splash for black, now that I think of it. Glasswing Grace kind of counts here, because we really want to run Chthonian Nightmare, and we want to run blue, though we only need... Thankfully, the Perilous Landscapes do give us blue, so we're kind of there, but our mana is all over the place. So we never got the artifacts, which made it easier for us to go back into... I guess, let's do a check. 6 If we can get all creatures for the rest, we can put Pyretic Rebirth back. Vexing Bubbles. Expel the Unworthy is one of the worst removal spells, but we are kind of short. I'll take one. Oh wait, we got another Razor Grass Ambush instead. There is a Riddlegate Gargoyle, but we are actually good. So we actually have, let's see, 1, 2 left. Okay, need more creatures. Oh, there's also a Flooded Strand. This will definitely hit our blue. We'll take it. But now, yeah, with 13 and 8, yeah, everything else has to be creatures now. I'll consider the Riddlegate Gargoyles as an option, but I can also just put some black... Sneaky Snacker, no, we're not drawing enough cards. probably not gonna actually play it. Oh, we will actually play the Molten Gatekeeper though. So, and Essence Reliquary is not good, but neither is Draw's Claw. Heh, fetch lands never table on paper. Yeah, they never get this far on paper. But let's see. I guess I can just stick to just the Catonian Nightmare. We are actually quite land heavy, so I could sneak the Glimpse the Impossible as a way to hit our mana, big mana. But let's take note. We have to check Kate first. Other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1, so Glimpse does not hit that. Alternately, I could just go Fetid Gargantua. So we're prioritizing our Black Splash. The one island is for blue, but we probably can add the Flooded Strand. So we definitely can't run Glimpse because we run the risk of not being able to play the blue land and we get stuck that way. So, and we actually have quite a lot of lands here. So we have 17 lands here. 2 Razor Grash Ambush, that's 18, 19. 1 Glasswing Grace, that's 20. So we're actually a 20 land deck. I could try cutting 1 land for another spell, but honestly, I would want more creatures that are not black. Draw's Claw, probably an option here. It's actually better than it looks. But yeah, it's in our splash color. That's the issue. I'm gonna run this like this now. We're gonna see how easy it is to hit our energy here. Also note that we only need the energy for the Thriving Skyclaw, Reiterating Bolt, Conduit Goblin, so not very big payoffs. But we can get more energy from Kate Fane Mechanist. Between Populate and Proliferate. It combos well with Fetid Gargantua. We don't have a way to generate No, the tokens pair with the Molten Gatekeeper, so that's our option. So I do want to consider this or not. I'm gonna run it like this for now. Yeah, it's a mess. Our land is, so it's Phlage or bust, but we have options. So yeah, good luck, have fun. Hopefully we can make it out of this. So pretty good start. I can do Party Trasher to hit. One of our lands. Like we can interestingly discard Phlage. Okay, never mind. We hit our landscape. This is sorcery speed. It also gives us the option to start aiming for black, white, white, because we know we are going to end up. Yeah, it's sad for our opponent that they have to go for this first. Okay, we hit. You may discard a card. I can discard this now, but I'm gonna wait. If I don't need to discard anything, I won't. So I actually have 2 options. I could just put the shield counter, then I could also just go Inspired Inventor, but I want to do Proud Pack Rhino. Put the shield counter on the Rhino. The next turn we have another 3 drop, so we can track one of these landscapes, play a 3 drop, pass. Hopefully I can draw one of these 2 lands so that I could crack this for our 1 island. One of these kind of stuck. Okay, we did hit our land option though, so I'm gonna decline. I'm just gonna swing with this, see what our opponent does. Dugan's Binding just to bounce it. That's fine. That just means we replay it. It does become annoying if our opponent does cast a 7, but which means we might want to hold a bit first. But at least now we know I can crack this for red. I can now crack this for blue. Also, our opponent has not played anything. Okay, so let's see if they connive. If they connive too high, we can go Fang Flames. If they connive low, we can go Phlage. Now Phlage. Yeah, this is probably the one thing I'm annoyed about this one. This Elder Titan does not have anything to do with Phage the Untouchable, right? Or is there some lore that I'm missing? Opponent discards Collective Resistance. I can discard this because we're not gonna hit black anytime soon. Yeah, we'll discard this. So I can play... I'm gonna go Razor Grass Ambush. So a bit slow on the aggro take, but we do have something. So end of turn, I am gonna crack this for red first. We'll see. I might regret it. I could actually crack this for blue because I probably will not be able to play this right away. Yeah, we'll crack this for blue. Then we can crack this next one for red. Or we can... Oh, and I can now crack this for red. If we can hit Kate and we can go put Proliferate, that would be nuts. But right now, I can just now crack this for red safely. Opponent needs to hit their 7 drop. They could adapt this, draw their 2. I would be able to get the hit for 1. Phlage for 1. Hold on. 5. If they just get all bounced back, this goes into the graveyard. So I would be able. I think I'm almost, and I'm gonna crack this. So I am almost able to. I'm almost able to Phlage then escape. So I just need our opponent to not answer Proud Pack Rhino in a way that up. So they can kind of race a bit. They probably want to put the counter on the Gargantua first. Bridge works, Battle Troll. Okay, we can crack this first. So that just takes out the shield. They can swing at me. I am willing to block with Party Trasher. Yeah, opponent's not going to do that. I think I want to discard this. No, I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna swing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can also just expel the Unworthies, this cheap one, so they only gain like two life here. So next turn, if so this denies the life. Okay, they gain 2 life, but this puts them in range of Phlage. So, and they're 1 mana short of being able to cast a 7/7 spell. Yeah. Spell the Profane, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Phlage for the win. Yeah, I figured they would have the removal eventually. I just needed the Rhino to hit once. Twice would have been really nice, but there we go. That's a pretty nice win there. Let's keep going. Keep going. Nice, 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 nice. Also, I am I am actually a bit tired now. I actually played badminton for, okay, not exactly 3 hours, but close enough. Okay, so we're missing one of, but we do have a, so I could kind of, let's see how aggro, or depending on how aggro our opponent's colors are. Like, I could lead on this one first. If I see something aggro, because this is definite, white black is modified aggro. So let's see if our opponent gets greedy and dumps the counter. No, they're not gonna dump it, so we're just gonna use it now. They might have the spell that protects it. No, they don't. Then I would have probably just done it next turn. So next turn is just Proud Pack Rhino. Let's see how aggro our opponent is. Fog. Okay, we might want to hold on to this. Now do note that if our opponent potentially has Wither and Bloom, so Proud Pack Rhino does not protect against that. We're only going for a 4-drop. Okay. I could use this instead, but we know how well it worked last time. We know how well it worked last time, so we're going for it again. Glasswing Grace is probably one of the best here. Arcbound Condor again. Oh, finally hit blue. Now we do note that our opponent could just chump block with Condor. But I don't mind them taking a few hits first. That said, they also have access to ways of exiling, so like if they hit like an Ajani, for example. Oh, it's a race! So if I can hit colorless, okay, we did hit colorless. Race is on. Now we do have the siege, so we can actually nuke this as an artifact. When it hits their own landscape, we are. And I do want to hold on to this for a while because we do have 2 creatures that we can kick for colorless. Planet Strand is nice too. I'm gonna put this down here. Like, we could be gaining more life, but we are making this more vulnerable to a removal spell. So I kind of want to avoid that a bit. So we're gonna pass. Opponent probably cracks that. So they have either red or blue. It's red. Okay. pretty sure. Okay, they're gonna hit. We don't have an out for it. But we are able to. At least we're not having mana. Well, we might be drawing too much. But we were able. But thanks to this one, we were able to hit stuff on time. Shame that we could not remove the second one. One that has a Phlage. They're just missing red. So we're going to grab another plains. Just. So they can snipe this. In fact, they probably should, yeah. Goes back up to 9. It'd be interesting if it turns out I hit my own as well, and we almost have the cards for it. But we also have Void Pouncer. Let's see if our opponent has removal for this. They might have the removal for this. No, they don't have the removal for this. Nice. It was Phlage on. Well, we did not get our own Phlage, but yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm not gonna jinx this. We still got more ways to go. Yeah, it's a good thing we did not stubbornly try to go artifacts. That would have been a very big disaster for us. We're not exactly quite energy either, but you know what? That's fine. We managed to put together a decent deck. Yeah. Hope no Tunadu. Oh. If I see, if I do run into a Tunadu deck, I blame you. No, it's okay. No, if there's a Tunadu deck, that's it. Okay, so we turn to Party Trasher. I guess we can give up. Our opponent's going first, so let's take a look at the colors our opponent runs. So if I see white or red, those are really aggro. I hold on to these first. I can give up one. So we can go turn 2 Party Trasher, turn 3 hold for something. Now that said, okay, red blue, Sage. So this is most likely Eldrazi of some sort. Oh, we keep getting the Rhino. Oh, crash the party. So we may want to consider a. Well, we can play this untapped, so we'll see. Cause if our opponent removes this, it's actually fine. Cause that means our Rhino will have an extra shield. Void Cross. Okay, so this. We're gonna decline. We'll play this first. With a shield counter. Also note that we have the option of playing Skyclaw, attack first, give it a +1/+1, then play Inspired Inventor, but we'll do that later. Yeah, we're most likely going to, but we definitely want to run this on 4, so if I don't draw any more lands, I am going to take the 3 life hit from this. What's it? Community stand. Why am I getting, oh wait, that's because I clicked on the right comment. Opponent can go for a 5-drop right away. That's what makes this really nuts. Okay. Temperamental Oozebag is not the worst. Also note that our opponent missed a land drop. So our opponent might be a bit fixated on this. Also note that we can bestow from the graveyard. We don't have enough quite yet. If our opponent starts doing removal, then we get some good options here. We'll take the hit. because this extra counter is because this counter means a lot. Groundyard Lurker, okay, sure. Our opponent could have removal for this later, but they definitely don't have it now. Oh, they have the Flare of Denial. Okay, okay. I might actually want to hold this back so I can... I might actually want to start holding this back so I can block with it. We actually have enough to... We actually have enough to bring it back. And I can also play this card Inventor otherwise. So, we'll just chop block first. Yeah, I'm gonna start holding this back. We'll take 6. Opponent's not gonna do it right away. They probably have something else. Didn't see. Yeah, definitely did not. But well, they own and they had the right creature to sack to it, so good for them. So. So I might want to consider bestowing Detective's Phoenix on Thriving Skyclaw, because we can potentially grow this. I can potentially just block with this for the time being. Our opponent could also potentially just remove it now, so... If we can hit blue, then we might be able to buy quite a bit of time. If we're able to hit black, we can also kind of buy a bit of time. Yeah, this is the one time where our Glasswing Grace did... It was not that amazing. Opponent is in the tank though. Let's see what they can. They probably want to do both of this, but they're missing man. They're missing a lot of mana. They hit most of their blue, but they're missing quite a bit. They're now drawing cards because yeah, they are missing. They can still hit this though, so that's an issue. So if our opponent grows this, I will block this one. I will chump block with Phoenix. Yeah, we're running the risk our opponent has a fight spell. Horrendous Assault is always going to be a problem. Yeah, they're gonna deep analysis. I need to be careful how I say the name of that card. The opponent's actually holding back. I can play this, but I actually want to play this first because Inspired Inventor is the cheap way to do this. So this puts our opponent on a bit of a clock now. You haven't really gotten to play this one. Like, we would have had to sacrifice a big creature to get another creature back, so it wasn't really working that great. And our opponent hasn't exactly been playing things like Dog Umbras. We haven't run into any of those yet. I hope I just did not jinx myself. Opponent now kind of hitting a lot of mana already. Yeah, they hit a lot of their card draw. Come on, I know you want to spend it. 2 more cards, 2 more cards, 2 more cards. Nope, they're not going for it. Also of note is that I can bestow this onto the Fetid Gargantua. It doesn't trigger it. I can then pay to adapt to. That will trigger it. If I hit one more land, I can Inspired Inventor. So we might be... Now, the white-black aura makes it... Yeah, that's Okay, Colossal Dreadmask. Okay, that does not kill us. Okay, so we need to... They do have a spell. Oh no, they're letting it land. So 6, 10... I will draw 2 cards. I could draw another 2 cards, but I'm actually gonna just do the servo token now. That's the safest play. Let's see if our opponent has the removal for this. They're looking at their hand. They do have removal. Do they have removal? They don't have removal. Oh gosh, thank you, thank you. Either they don't have removal or they did not have the right mana for removal. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Actually, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna think of this. I'm gonna think of your deck suggestion here. Arna can run Esper mods more than ever. Okay. First, let me double check who Arna Kenneran is. Kenneran. Okay, that's the history, but show me the card. Oh yeah, wait, did I think I might have actually I might have actually gotten this card probably from Seal. Never got around to building it because it never lined up. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, double the number of kind. Oh, that would definitely work for Brawl or Commander. This would. Black does have quite a few ways of generating modified creatures. Like heck, a lot of the amass armies are pretty much modified creatures. Let's see, what are other very good ways? A lot of the cards from Ikoria, they put ability counters, so that's a quick way to modify a creature. Then for each non-token permanent attached to it, do take note that this also copies non-token permanents your opponents control. So there'd be some weirdness here, but most of the time it's not gonna be relevant. Like swords would be a very good thing to copy. All the living weapon creatures are gonna be very good. Are gonna be very solid for this one. Yeah. Anything with living weapon is an auto fit there. Likewise, well, the 4 Mirrodin ones are much weaker though, especially since you read those are red white and they don't fit around Kennerud. Arna Kennerud. White blue does have a bunch of good auras. Curious Obsession, Curiosity, Staggering Insight for white blue. All that glitters would be nuts. Make a really large creature. Cartouches would also be a good fit. Okay, so so we're a bit dry on mana here. I am willing to keep this one though because we can go red, white, Party Trasher. If we're missing mana, then I can probably say ditch Thriving Skyclaw because that's the least sure one. Opponent leads on the landscape. We lead on the landscape. Okay, but having a few rando black cards makes it easier for me to figure out what to discard to Party Trasher. Opponent holding this back means they don't need it right away or they are running. Let's say Mark. It's a weird one. It does tell us that they don't have a real turn. Well, they could have a turn 2 play. That still generates colorless. I probably would lead on Party Trasher first. Because this will dodge a Wither and Bloom. It won't dodge a Fang Flames though, so that's probably my concern of Bloodstained Mire. Because I would love to be able to, say, discard the Fetid Gargantua to hit my land drops. Also, our opponent could sack it. Oh, they went for Forest. There are no dual lands in MH3, so let's see what they go. Green red. Okay, so Fanged Flames is a problem. Okay, they hit the Teamer. And they did have the Fanged Flames. Okay, we're in trouble. Okay, we hit blue though, so I could start with Molten Gatekeeper first, then drop Proud Pack Rhino. Yeah, we'll do that. Also, we can just play this card again. But we lose. Oh, okay, we do stand a chance to lose this one. Like, I am missing a lot of mana for. I'm missing a lot of mana for Expel the Unworthy. There's no 1 mana bounce spell. So we need, but we are in trouble. Our opponent is probably gonna hit their 6. They're gonna hit their 7, and that's the magic number for them, Eldrazi. Oh, they're running Luna deck. This is 5 mana. So oh wait, yeah, 5 mana. This is not the. So we're waiting to hit our land drops. Also, I can double block, so we can hope. But the problem is that we could easily lose with this. Target creature, but we're gonna say no. We're also. I'm not gonna attack because I don't want to give up the shield counter quite yet. Opponent is holding back. Now, I definitely want to. Let's see if our opponent has an. If they can answer this right away, I use the fabric. They could have another Fang Flame, but okay, let's see what big answer they have for this. Because the alternate plan now is I'm just going to keep I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter. I'm just going to keep proliferating, so this gets so many counters. But now I'm in a position where if we do draw the Glasswind Grace, and I consign to memory. Okay, just counter the triggered ability, which. So okay, so a bit of a denial there. So I can still propagate counters here. Basking Brood Scale. Makes another Basking Brood Scale. Our opponent can. They probably should not make it right away because they won't be able to. Wait, is this just cast? Yeah, it's cast. So copying the trigger doesn't. Making a trigger doesn't do much. So we know they have a 3/3. Okay, we hit the Fang Flame. So what I can do is I can swing with this. If our opponent I want to see our opponent double blocks. Okay, adapt. Make a token, sure. They could single block, but I can just proliferate. And that's where the fun begins. Oh, they're just gonna block that? Okay, that's fine. So what I can do is I can deny the second one because our opponent already adapted this. And I'm gonna hold on to this because we might have a bigger threat that we need to answer. Yeah, we're just missing green. We would have been a 5-color deck, but if we ended up playing green, it'd be for all the wrong reasons. Okay. So it's whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent. Dude, they don't have a natural way to sacrifice. So this is a nothing burger. Sure. Yeah, it doesn't do anything if you don't have... And... proliferate. So I probably want to expel Ulalek, but I can... like, Void... Ooh, wait. I want to do this with the Void Pouncer counters, but hold on to it first because I can then just keep proliferating it. But first things first is we need to answer the problem card. So I do want to send these two. Yeah, they figured that one doesn't do anything. Oh, they're actually willing to take that. That's fine. So next turn, I do want to play this first. They have the Lightning Chrysalis. It's a good thing I got rid of that Ulalek. We'll take damage. We'll take a lot of damage. Now our opponent can make this a 4-5 just by stacking those, but nothing we can really do about that. The ambush helps. But we're gonna kick this first. Oh, and it has Fabricate. But this time we start making tokens. I want this because this gives me removal for these. Yeah, we'll hold. Will not. I could. But I kind of want to grow this a bit. Hopefully we can hit a natural red land so that I don't have to sack this right away, but we probably will need to. Yeah, this one's gonna be a tough matchup for us. Like I have to fabricate with this one so I can chump block one of these two. We will have to take. Opponent probably wants to spread the damage around. Because any amount of damage is good enough. Oh no, they let the token live. Oops. Not familiar with shield counters, I suppose. But our opponent might be able to answer us in a way that I don't want. Spawn Gang Commander. Ugh. So that's their way of sacrificing, but they could now sacrifice this. Like, they could definitely sacrifice once. Okay, they're gonna get rid of Kate, so shame. They kind of have to do that, but it will expend most of their resources doing so. I'm all for it. Problem is now the Lightning Chrysalis is gonna be quite big, and I don't have a real answer to it now. Good thing. Yeah, I figured it was gonna get become problematic later, but we're still not out of the woods. That's still a riding chrysalis. My real hope is Fetid Gargantua plus Glasswing Grace, or Phoenix would be a good one because we have enough cards to bestow, so we can do a big beater, right? Well, bestow doesn't really help us against riding chrysalis because our opponent can make this into a 7/8. But they had to do that now, so it's a good thing we got that out of the way. Okay, but we did hit our double red. So 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. I'm gonna make it look desperate here. So I want them to sack stuff. So if they don't, then I won't have to use Razor Grass Ambush. More importantly, they would have to sack 2 of these and sack 1 of these to deal with Thriving Skyclaw. And that's like 3 creatures sacrificed. 4, 5, 6. Okay, no. They did not see that line. Okay, we are still in danger. We're still in danger though. Thankfully, this is a cap. Thankfully, most of the Eldrazi are cast triggers, so Copy Crook is not gonna be a. I think we have another spawn gang. So we're gonna lose the Skyclaw. We're gonna lose a bunch of our creatures for the most part, but. So they're gonna probably pop both of these. Yeah, you don't have to if you don't need to. But now I just need them to expend all their resources now. Also, we're actually getting close to an hour. This is probably one of the tensest matches for me. It's probably tense for our opponent also. Why did they double sack? They could just pay the green and take out another creature, sure. I think they misclicked. And because the ability fired, there's no way for them to get it back. So they're now invested on this. Which is fine. Okay. We just now need to hit either our black mana or any of our big creatures. We hit our black mana. Okay, so I can unearth this, but that doesn't really do much. So we're going to just play this. Our opponent can kill this, but they would have to sack almost everything again. Opponent probably lets this through. I don't think they chump block with the. Yeah. Now I'll be honest. Expel the Unworthy is quite okay. They're actually letting me trade for 1. I think that might have been it. Okay, now technically they can still sack this and pay. Oh wait, Glimpse. Okay, that will. They will play the Kozilek's Unsealing. I think they're gonna try to avoid. Oh no, they're gonna try to find a way to not let me draw cards, which means I cannot. They will get a savings if I block with Fetid Gargantua, so I'm gonna actually take the damage. I do run the risk of getting killed because our life would be so low between this and this. Just need the Phlage to save the day. But now this way, we force our opponent to sack probably both of these just to take this out. They're trying to see if they can do this in Kozilek's Unsealing. They won't have the mana to do both. If you want the Kozilek's Unsealing, you have to do that now. Oh, yeah, they're gonna go for it. So they're gonna... I think they're gonna go for the Unsealing next turn. Which makes sense. The bright side is that it saves... Oh, they can then sack this to play this, but... Wow, that's a lot of cards they're giving up. Oh no, they gave that one up, so... Did they play a land yet? I think they played a land already from here. Nightshade Dryad. Okay, that's fine. So... They get 2 spawn. Yeah, the problem is that if we keep drawing lands, we're not gonna win at all. Like, I could just flash this, try to get for 2, but that's not gonna help us. Okay. Yeah, we kind of got flooded near the end. That's the problem. Like, our opponent had like 7, 8, 9. Well, let's 7 lands. We hit 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not that bad a flood. Okay, it's over. They hit the Warp Tusk first. How do we get out of this? They probably don't swing at all. They don't have to. Yeah, it's over. In the end, the flood was quite bad there. We are admittedly very short on card draw. We did manage. Our opponent got the early Ulalek, so that was a headache. But all things considered, let's hope we can get at least one more win. Hey, that was a tough one. Okay, so this one does become a bit interesting. I might play this as a turn 2 creature. We don't have any evidence of yeah, we have to play as a it's really bad as a turn 2 creature though. Okay, never mind. We have duplicates. So if our opponent spends here, I might actually just take the first hit if they actually spend for it. Then next turn we just play Proud Pack Rhino, then let's see if they spend the energy. They will. So we'll not block. Yeah, it'll grow. Let's see what their follow-up is. Lion ugh. I did not see that one coming. Probably should. Yeah, I guess green white should have been the green white should have been the warning. So next turn I can play Kate, but I probably should also just hold these two up. Yeah, this having vigilance is Pearl Ear Advisors. Okay, opponent is actually being judicious here. Affinity for auras. Let's hope our opponent's not too packed on this. Expel would be really good here because we can snipe the creature out of under the Umbra. Also, this is enchant modified creature, but okay, so I'll take the hit from the tree. Let's see if our opponent has anything out for this. Oh, this is sorcery, I keep forgetting. I guess we can siege instead. I keep forgetting this is sorcery. This should... Why is this not an instant? That sucks. So we can put a siege match on top of our Proud Pack Rhino. We can trade our counter for. Also, our opponent hasn't exactly played anything, but they're probably going to be playing something quite big. Like, I could actually just double block right now. Then if our opponent goes for something trick, let's see. They probably figured it's not worth it because, yeah. Okay. Let's see if please drop a Colossal Dread. Drowsy Purposer. Okay, that's new. So what I probably do is put a +1/+1 counter on Kate. Oh no, Proud Pack Rhino. Oh no, wait, I can't. It has to be on Kate. Yeah, because it's Fabricate. But that's fine. Not an attack. We're kind of on the defensive here. I could have also just gone Reiterating Bolt on this right away. That probably would... Yeah, I should really stop holding back on this. What am I waiting for? One of the white engineers so to give me the extra 3 energy? A Thieving Skyclaw, though I probably should have played this land instead. Target gets indestructible. Okay, so against indestructible, I probably should just... So our opponent is gonna gain a ton of life. Opponent probably just swings with just this. If they swing with Repurposer, I block the Repurposer. I'll figure a way out later. Also, I can just keep populating this. Opponent probably signaling that they have something. I'm gonna be. Let's see. They probably do. Oh. Okay, that's neat. Yeah, still in trouble here. But let's see. We can snipe this. Oh, and they can proliferate too. Yeah, probably should have played this. Yeah, we have to... Yeah, but it's kind of over already. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have played this one, tried to get the mountain right away. I didn't need the blue, I didn't need the white. I guess I needed to hold up mana for this, so there is that. But yeah, I can't block two of these. Yeah, we can concede that one. Ugh, getting tougher now. That was a disaster. Yeah, we should have just played the replicating bolt much earlier. That one's on me. But that's the strength of the early green white. You just run that Umbra. If I had blocked, that Umbra would have been stranded for quite a while. Our opponent could have also just gone dog Umbra. Well, no, they wouldn't have done that right away. Yeah, I can't. Also, yeah, you really just want the Galva. It's really just the one mana spell that's the good one. The other two are not so great. Okay, round 2. Finally have Phlage. We have Void Pouncer as an option, so I am gonna play this as... So I'm gonna play this as a land. So turn 2 Party Trasher. Oh, turn 2 Conduit Goblin. I'm gonna go turn 2 Conduit Goblin first. Because I can just go Void Pouncer or Party Trasher next. We really need to have more. We need to have more information on what our next land is going. What land to craft for this. Time to start hitting hard. So next turn, hopefully you can hit a land so you can Phlage. We're most likely gonna end up Phlaging, like, say, an Eldrazi Repurposer, I guess. Oh, there's the Eldrazi Repurposer. We are gonna Phlage that. And now we know we want to hit white. But we don't need to hit white right away. And I don't need to spend the energy quite yet, so you're gonna decline. And we're gonna swing. Oh, by the way, Mantilia Razon, thank you for liking the stream. Hello, brother. Hey, hello to you too. It's been a while. I might not crack this right away because I definitely want to go Void Pouncer. We are giving our opponent a 6-drop. 5-drop is... So we're definitely hoping to hit another land. If not, we're gonna go party. Okay, we hit our other land. And now we're free to crack this for white. Right, let's not expend this willy-nilly. I guess I could expend it to get the 1 extra damage, but... Serum Visionary, okay. So that frees us. We definitely want to start dumping cards in the yard, so Party Trasher is definitely going to help us there. Snapping Void Crawl is a bit of an issue. We can expel it though. So let's crack this for white because we now want to load up the yard. When it probably just takes it. Or they probably just block, which I'm hoping they would. So if we don't hit the potential blue source, we discard Kate. We discard Kate so we can finally play Phlage. Hey, you have a question? Sure, go ahead. Okay, we're not discarded. Yeah, go ahead. Fire away. Oh, we do hit her. The opponent is at 6 mana. Deem inferior to bounce it back. Let's check how many cards. That's fine. I guess I could bottom it. Yeah, let's bottom it. Yeah, because now our opponent doesn't quite... Oh, and we can just... Oh, I can choose not to discard, sack this to reshuffle, and still play this? Yeah, let's do that because... And there my opponent concedes. They see I can Phlage. In fact, they see I had the Phlage line. Go ahead. There we go. 4 wins, 2 losses. Any game could be our last, but I am really happy with this one. Though I will have to admit that we really needed help from the. We really need help from the how do you call this? We really needed help from the rares. We could not have done it without them. Thank you, rares. Okay, so also yeah, that Ulalek battle was very long. Okay, this one. Can I use the tap creature for example? Like sacrifice a creature when already used by either attacking or tap. It depends on the It depends on the effect in question. So, okay, we definitely want to. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if we like sacrifice a creature when already used by attacking or tap. Okay, so the way it goes is, let's say I attack with this creature, it's just tap. I have something that says I can sacrifice. That is fine because as long as it's not okay. Let's say I attack with this creature. If this creature has its own tap and sack ability, I can't pay it because it's tapped already. In that sense. But if I have another creature that's untapped or another spell or ability that lets me sacrifice this, unless it says you have to sacrifice something untapped, tapped is fine. When it's gonna tune the narrative. So let's see if our opponent can give us a decent example, but it's kinda unlikely. Definitely gonna crack this for white. Like I'm probably just gonna play Kate right away. Save the Phlage for later. Okay, yeah, we don't have black quite right. So definitely put the counter on. I guess I could start making. Yeah, but they're not gonna stand up. You're gonna offer the trade. Okay, here's an example here. This one's Catonian Nightmare. Let's right click here. Pay energy, sacrifice a creature. So even if the creature's tapped, it's fine. If the creature is about to... Okay, now there is another instance here, like attacking or tap effect. Okay, that's fine. That one is fine. You can just pay for it like that. So definitely drop this. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, and this one I now fabricate to make a token on the side because it's not gonna keep the counter. And yeah, we'll just attack. So we just need one more card in the yard. We should be able to get this. Also, we managed to deny our opponent quite a bit of mana. Opponent goes for another Serum Visionary. We're probably just reiterating both this one. Also, yeah, we cracked this for white now. We need the double white for Phlage. Okay, so like this one. If I tap this one for mana, I would not be able to tap this one to pay for the other ability. So in this case, like let's say I tap this for mana, I can't use this for the ability anymore. If I use this for the ability, I obviously can't tap it for mana anymore. But you get the idea. And now I want to save the Expel the Unworthy. Also, I want to get as much damage in as possible, so we're just gonna keep swinging for now. When I can't really do anything else, that's when I go for it. And now that's 6 cards peak. Opponent drops a Colossal Dread Mask. No. Unfortunately, the Living Germ token is mana value 0. They have Razor Grass Ambush, but that's not gonna... Okay, this one we want to... Oh, we actually get to do both, so... we're gonna put a +1/+1 counter on target creature itself. Then we're going to fabricate. Never mind. Opponent concedes. There we go. So yeah, I hope that that one helped. If you need any further explanation, eh, feel free to give me another scenario that you have in mind. We'll see if we can walk through it. In the meantime, 5 wins, but any game could be our last. That was a very solid one. Yeah, at least we got rewarded by all those rares. I'm quite thankful for that. Also, my body hurts right now. Sobrang kalawang ako. I'm very rusty. That's somewhat. Okay, so there's no point in playing black. I might have to play this anyway for black, so we'll keep that in mind. I don't have a 2-drop, so and there's like I get energy for this. Thank you for that. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, I guess we played this as a land. It's a bit of a shame, but this lets me drop this, crack it for red on 2, and it gives me an option to either... Also, I should really be careful if our opponent hits blue because there is something that counters triggered abilities. Thankfully, our opponent did not have that. So I'm going to just put the... I'm just gonna put the +1/+1 counter on target creature because we can Kate and fabricate. Then, if the creatures are too big, I'm gonna Phlage this right away, and the reason for this is if they spend the 2, it's just gonna go on our face. That keeps the inventor alive. Or not, or they did not spend it, which is also acceptable. I can now crack this for red. And I guess Serum Visionary. Okay. Now I could wait. Do I need it right away? No, I can wait. Also, I don't have enough cards to Phlage right away, so I can wait. So I can go like say land, enters tap, okay. Oh, I don't have blue. Sorry, my bad. And this doesn't produce blue, so that's also a non-pull. We can go Detect this Phoenix instead. But now I can definitely sack for black. Countering fetches is rude, but who am I to complain when I did that? Yeah, it can happen. It is what it is. Oh. No, unhide. That's fine. I do not know why that was hidden. That was fine. That is fine. Probably Facebook being Facebook. That's just my go-to statement. So yeah, now we need the proper landscape to hit blue. And we do. But now I'm incentivized to start generating mana if I cycle this back. But first that means I need to generate energy, which might... Well, this one generates 3, so I can sack this, get something else. Playing this one nets me 2, that's kinda okay. Opponent goes for the pull. Gonna pay, okay. I suspect our opponent has some sort of counter spell if they're willing to expend all these resources. Aether's... Tempest Harvester. Yeah, really going in on the energy. Okay, we have Fang Flames as an option. And I definitely want to spend it here. Yeah, because the last thing I want to do is give them a way to draw and discard. Brain Surge. Okay, they have another way to draw. If they had that, they probably would have just used the draw and discard first and do something else. But now we have... So we have to be careful. If they keep leaving 2 mana up, we're not free to Phlage. Also a bit awkward because we detect this Deem Inferior. They drew quite a few cards, so still not free to Phlage. We are free to Catonian Knight. Tune the narrative. Okay, we're now free to Phlage. And there's a Party Trasher to boot. It's a shame we're giving up the Detective's Phoenix, but... That's a Phlage. Now they might have another Deem Inferior, which does make it annoying. Okay, Depth Defiler, they get to bounce it! Yeah, that's... Oh, that's rude. So... Party Crasher... Conduit Goblin... Yeah, we decline. Now the thing is, we can start discarding cards that we... Like, I probably want to play, still want to play Catonian Nightmare. So we're going to try to fuel Phlage again. No Flare of Denial. Okay. This one, thankfully, yeah, it's cast trigger, so we're not getting bounced again. We're just going to... Do you know Mishra's Juggernaut with Trample and Unearth? I'm going to have to double check. That's the red card, right? Yeah, the Deem Inferior would have been more annoying. I guess No, let's bottom it. We need something better. We'll take the hit. I'm gonna double check on Mishra's Juggernaut just to be sure. Yeah, 5 mana, must attack each turn if able, has about 6. I'm gonna sack this right away because I know I need the island for sure. I'm gonna attack first because this one's gonna keep growing. I want to encourage our opponent to block. Also, if they have a Flare of Denial, it's... Yeah, the Copy Crook one is the more valuable one. And Catonian Nightmare. Now this does become interesting because instead of Kate for a 4/4, I Kate for a token, sacrifice, get back Conduit Goblin. Ah, we finally get to play Catonian Nightmare. Also, yeah, this one was... Oh, let's see which ones they've stunned. Stunning the mountains, okay, that's reasonable. Still annoying. So I can play a Void Concert for the... I can't play a Void Concert for the time being. In fact, I can't play it. Would you consider that... Well, it's better... Yes, for Brothers War and Transmogrant Altar. Okay, so the... Okay, so Transmogrant Altar... That one you sacrifice a... 5, 8... Let's see if we hit another... mountain, but yeah, that was rude. But that was a good play from our opponent. Okay, now before we go and collect, let's double check the question. So Transmogrant Altar. Okay, so actually since we've already lost this one, I'll collect my winnings later. Let's take a look at the cards from Arena. So let's get both of them up here. So Mishra's. So let's get the Juggernaut here. And we get Altar. Transmogrant Altar. Okay, so Mishra's Juggernaut. I'm guessing the question you have is about Unearthed. Because you can pay black, tap, sacrifice a creature, or pay 2, tap, sacrifice a creature. Okay, so in this case, the key here is the timing of when you exile because of Unearthed. This one is exile it at the beginning of the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield. So let's say I unearthed Mishra's Juggernaut, I swung with it, I attacked. If our opponent blocked with enough power to kill Mishra's Juggernaut, I definitely would not be able to spend 2 and sacrifice a creature to create a colorless zombie creature token because it's a sorcery. Even if it was not activate only as a sorcery, I cannot wait for damage to be dealt first, then choose to sacrifice afterwards. You would have to sacrifice before damage is dealt. You could pay black mana, tap, sacrifice it to add 3 colorless mana. That one you could do. And in fact, you could wait you can wait for the beginning of the next end step. This trigger would go up. You can then use Transmogrant Altar, sack it, and you'd have 3 colorless mana floating at your end step. So how you use it for that's now end step usage is possible, not very often. You're most likely doing this during a main phase or something. But there we go. That is how that's how the two would interact. So the key here. Now there is another one that lets you sacrifice. Okay, let's replace it with Witch's Oven instead. Not current filters. Let's go timeless. This gives us access to everything. This one is sacrifice a creature, create a food token. So this one doesn't matter. You can activate this anytime. If this was attacking, it gets blocked by enough power to kill it. You cannot let this deal damage first, and get this as well. You would have to choose between dealing your 5 damage, or sacking this to get your 2 food tokens. That would be the scenario there. Okay. Actually, if you have any more questions, well, this is the end of this stream. Any more questions? Yeah, feel free to hit me up. Message me. I might be a bit late in checking messages, but I'll do my best to check them. All in all, that was a pretty good run. 5 wins is pretty decent. We made bank. Also the 4 packs is nice too. That's going to be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Many thanks to all those who tuned in. Thanks to Jericho Ilagan. Thank you to Mantilla Rason. Thank you for the questions. Thanks to Mark Anthony Real again. Again, I'll be discussing on Tuesday again what the next tournament for Saturday is coming up. So there we go. Let's take a look at our winnings. Yeah, it's my first junk diver. It was never. Hey, finally, first Nadu. And oh yeah, thank you, Jericho. I did not get hit by the 2 Nadu deck. Maybe they'll give me a flare of denial to remind me of that loss. That was so annoying. No, Polluted Delta is nice though. And finally, Monument Henge. Oh, we passed so many of this. And we apparently have this bit. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.